Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors, a podcast for home improvement contractors to help you crush your lead goals and take your business to the next level. Join us each episode as we give you powerful insights and practical tips on the best digital marketing strategies to help you grow your home improvement business. Let's get started.
Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors. This podcast is brought to you by Fat Cat Strategies. We are a full-service digital marketing agency based in Raleigh, North Carolina. We specialize in working with home improvement contractors just like you grow their business. My name is Janet, and I am the founder and managing partner here at Fat Cat. Today, I am joined by my co-owner and lovely business partner, Caitlin Noble. Hey, Caitlin.
What up, y'all? Hey, I'm Caitlin. I am the head of client services, and I am so happy to be here and chatting with you guys today. Janet, what are we going to talk about?
We're going to be vulnerable today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to expose our soft little underbelly.
Ooh.
And we're going to say, hey, we're going to ask the question, can you, as a home improvement contractor, get all of the leads and business that you need from the internet?
Ooh.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to go out there.
Drum roll?
Drum roll. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and say, even though we are a digital marketing agency, I am going to say, no, you can't get everything you need from the internet. Just like you can't get everything in your life that you need from the internet, even though Amazon delivers to my house daily.
Yeah.
You got to do some offline stuff.
Yes.
So today's topic is about what are the things in the, what do the kids call it? IRL, in the real life? The kids don't call it that anymore.
I'm shaking my head because I don't even know.
Does that mean you just passed over?
I think I've passed over in time. But we also are going to go kind of back in time. I mean, these are some old school.
These are old school,
classic,
but they still work.
They still work. Stand by them.
So you just tuned into an episode of the past of like classic rock. So what we're saying, to be serious, yes, we are a digital marketing agency. Yes, we live and breathe on the internet all day long, but we are saying to you, dear listener, dear owner or manager or sales manager of a home improvement company, if you think you can get everything you need from the internet, what we've seen, we've never actually seen it work. Have you ever seen it work?
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say is our most successful clients are running TV ads. They're running radio ads. They've got a canvassing department. They are out at home shows. We're going to talk more about all of this in detail. We welcome and are excited for those level one contractors who do join the journey and think that they can get all that they need
from the internet.
But I'm telling you, it makes everybody's life a little bit harder, and it's honestly a lot more expensive.
Yes.
On the digital side of things.
Yes.
So
I want to jump in. I want to clarify. Please. When we say you can't get everything you need from the internet, I'm actually going to sound like I'm schizophrenic, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I'm going to say there is a way for you to get, quote unquote, everything you need from the internet, and that is if you just decide right now you are not going to build your own brand. You're not going to have branded trucks. You're not going to have an actual business name that people remember, that all you're ever going to do is buy leads from a lead aggregator.
Perfect.
And if you think that you really only want to just get a lead and respond to it,
skip this episode.
Skip building a website, skip naming your company.
I guess just get a phone number if you want.
Get a phone number and keep your business really tight. One installation crew, one sales rep, buy your leads from lead aggregators. And that is the scenario that we are saying is that a home improvement company can be successful getting literally everything they need from the internet. If you want to do more than just buy leads from a lead aggregator, this episode is for you.
And we're going to help you grow.
Yes.
And so, we are a digital marketing agency, but on the strategy side of things, we are working with our clients on a day-to-day basis, bringing strategy and support around these offline marketing tactics.
Yeah. So tell me how you've seen, well, first, why don't, Caitlin, you just run down the list, like high level, and then we'll dive into each.
I love it.
When we say offline, what do you mean?
Offline, direct mail. That old school, we're putting something in the mail.
You're talking about a postcard. Or a letter.
Totally. Postcard or letter. Print materials. I'm talking like yard signs. I'm talking home shows.
Refrigerator magnets.
Yeah, refrigerator magnets, home shows, and all the glorious things that happen at a home show. Let's talk about referral programs and incentives. That is a little bit digital, but a lot of that's going to take a lot of you and your team and the language and the print materials, et cetera, to go through and ask for referrals. Networking. This is within local businesses, real estate. I mean, even you're kind of networking with your previous customers. And what does that look like? Classic, door-to-door canvas marketing. A lot of our clients still do this. This is not dead. We'll talk more about that. I love this one. Local sponsorships, community events, one of the most basic, simple ways to just get your name out and about in the community. We already talked high level about print, but like, let's go into local magazines, local newspapers. But what are other print opportunities where you can run an ad? And then high level, this isn't on our list, but it's almost a no-brainer. If you have the budget, radio and TV. I mean, that's kind of the cherry on top of your quote-unquote offline marketing. So let's dive in.
Yeah, before we dive into the specifics of that list, which is a great list, I'm going to do a shout-out to, I guess it's a weird shout-out because I'm not going to name his name because I've never gotten his permission to. But the client that taught us really, like, we cut our teeth on home improvement was a fantastic individual who grew an amazing business from one location to 7 locations, one location with like 5 employees to 7 locations with 185 employees. We learned so much on that journey with that client. He ended up selling, I think he's traveling the world in an RV now.
On the beach.
Yeah, he's somewhere fun. But he told me early on, he always pictured things like a triangle. Yep. There's online, there's offline, and there's your showroom.
Yep.
Now, I know everybody listening won't have a showroom.
No.
But the point of like imagining that triangle is, you know, you're never really going to be able to nail down every single lead to a specific source. Someone may have, to Caitlin's point, heard your radio advertisement. Then they searched on you later. Maybe they clicked on a paid ad. Then maybe they stopped by your showroom. And then 3 or 4 months later, you sent them an email or a postcard. You know, that's that triangle all working together, online, offline, and your in-person presence. So, go ahead.
I think it's just also important to know, I mean, again, from the digital side of things, we want to say that you're going to get that immediate gratification off of an online lead. There's also so much to be said about the many touches that it takes to actually convert that lead.
Yes.
You know, to Janet's point, think about it. They maybe saw your commercial. They saw a yard sign in their neighbor's yard.
Or your truck.
They went online and they checked out your website and you had solid photos, you had good reviews, and then they just, you know, disappeared. Like, that's common. How are you continuing to follow up with them? And a lot of these offline tactics do help with that.
Yeah, so the online and the offline, in my mind, I know we've talked about a triangle. I also see it like a Venn diagram.
Right.
They overlap and they complement each other. So why don't you take us through the list? Caitlin, I'm going to recap the list.
Yeah.
What Caitlin told us we could do: TV and radio, direct mail, home shows and field marketing, yard signs and vehicles, referrals, networking, canvassing, local sponsorships, and print advertising. Pick one and let's dive in.
Okay, one of my personal favorites, and y'all are going to roll your eyes, it's expensive. I know. Every time I talk to a client, they're like, that's expensive. What's the price? Direct mail, postcards. It is expensive. It's hard to track a conversion.
But we actually have a way to track it.
I know. It's getting better and better and better and better. Thank you, QR codes, and one positive thing that came out of the pandemic. Everybody learned how to use a QR code.
Well, QR codes and trackable phone numbers.
Correct, and trackable phone numbers. Absolutely. So you kind of can see we're pulling in a little bit of digital on this. But direct mail is an awesome way to target a neighborhood you may be working in currently. You might be in a neighborhood and you want everybody who's seen your yard sign and your truck out there for a couple of days to also get a piece of mail that invites them to learn more about your company, to find out about a sale you have going on. That is really solid, consistent marketing around an existing project. I know.
I was going to ask you a question.
Please.
So Caitlin, like we said at the top of the podcast, she's head of client services. So she's like in the weeds with this stuff all day long.
Yeah.
I tend to dive into reports after the fact. So I was looking through some reports the other day, and we have a debt client in and around the DC area. And we looked at 1 year worth of conversions that we can track either through a trackable phone number or through a QR code or a specific URL. And one of the things that I was frankly surprised about when we looked at 1 year worth of leads leads that we can track to revenue, the top 2 sources were paid Google ads and Valpak mailers.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good point. Whether it's a postcard or not, there are services like Valpak,
which I would put in the direct mail category.
It is. And if it's the right place and time and neighborhood and age of the home, and you're getting that Valpak pack of coupons, I'm going through it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to compare and see what my options are. Because
I guess I was just underlining and celebrating that you're talking about direct mail, which triggered me to remember, oh my gosh, I just saw this report where, our clients, you bring it up to clients and they roll their eyes and go, how much is it? And we've seen it work. And this was not a cheap product. This is a high-end deck builder.
It's so supportive. So I guess direct mail around projects in neighborhoods you're currently in. And then my other favorite, and it's a little harder, but...
Wait, before you leave direct mail, why don't you talk about the letter,
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what... But okay. So, yes, neighborhoods you're currently working in, I think that's a no-brainer if you can, do it. And then the second one would be identify neighborhoods you want to be in. Yeah, so those were the 2. So, here's a neighborhood we know. We'll get it from our clients. Hey, we drove through this neighborhood. It looks like there's houses that are 30 years old. Those windows need to be replaced. We've never done work in there. Let's drop some mail. And we can marry that with a digital ad.
Yes.
But mail is one of those many, many, many touches. So what was your question, though?
Oh, I was just remembering when you've done a campaign with
letters.
One of our James Hardy siding contractors. And you talk a little bit about how that looked, the physical, what did it look like? It wasn't a postcard.
Yeah, no. And I think Janet made a good point, too. Based on your manufacturer, Hardy has an amazing online portal through the Hardy Zone that makes doing what I'm talking about super simple. We actually manage that platform for several of our Hardy clients right through the Hardy Zone. So ask your Hardy rep, ask your agency about that. If that's something you have not done, you can use your Hardy points on that. There's a plug for Hardy. So that letter looks like it is, folded up, one, you get it, it's directed to a specific name and an address, which most platforms will allow you to build a list if you don't already have one. It looks like it's from the owner. It's highlighted. It looks like there's a special offer going on. It's very, very specific.
So it looks personalized, like a letter to the homeowner from the owner of the local James Hardy siding installer.
Totally. I mean, and you guys have probably seen these too, they look like receipts. They look like, an invoice that somebody may have just stuck in there, said, hey, here's a special offer from the owner to your specific name. So all of that's possible.
So on the direct mail front, I would kind of loosely categorize all of these things. Yeah. Something that's a postcard, an oversized postcard, something that's a 8.5 by 11 letter.
Yep.
And I would even call Valpak direct mail. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's through the Valpak company,
sure,
but it's still direct mail.
I guess too, while we're if we wanted to tie Valpak into another thing we've talked about on here, just print ads. I mean, because I would throw Valpak as a print ad too.
Yeah, it's kind of both. It's an ad delivered to your mailbox.
Yeah.
I guess when I think about print ads, I'm thinking about
a newspaper ad.
I'm flipping through a
magazine.
Local, high-end home magazine for my town.
Same type of messaging though, y'all, in those print ads as you would see on a Valpak, even a postcard. I mean, make a clear call to action. Try to challenge whoever's making those ads, whether it's the publication or in-house, that there's some way to track it. Is there a QR code? Is there a trackable phone number? I'm going to keep saying those things because that brings value to these offline tactics. Right. So
Okay, so direct mail, let's check that off.
Yep, and print.
What's next? We're going to check off print.
Yeah, we're going to check off print. Oh my gosh, this is a classic one. Home shows. Again, roll your eyes, expensive. You have to staff them. You have to prep for them. You have to have your booth, your materials. I mean, but y'all, we have seen home show success of all sizes. Mm-hmm. A table with a tablecloth. It doesn't even have to be branded. And if you have some nice
polo with your logo stitched on it.
Yeah. I mean, and you get like some sort of spinning wheel. Y'all have seen it. You are out and about at any local festival and there's like a wheel that you can spin to enter to win. There's candy, there's, brochures. There's just a way to interact with somebody. I mean, we were just out at like this local fall fest and our gutters have to be cleaned. There was a guy standing there with a gutter cleaning table.
What was on his table?
It was nothing. It was just
nothing on the table.
It was
like a brochure.
There was a whiteboard on like I don't know what the word is, like y'all
an easel,
like an easel type thing, but it was on the ground. It was a whiteboard and it said offering free gutter cleaning estimates.
That is as low tech as it gets.
As low tech. I'm not even kidding you. Whiteboard. And I didn't see any other competitors out there. And I looked at my husband. I said, just go get his information. And they came and cleaned our gutters, FYI, yesterday, and they were amazing. So do what you can. I mean,
that would be the low tech. I've seen some really
let's talk about the high
tech. Sticking with the gutters.
Yeah.
I've seen, it's almost like a little mini mock-up of the soffit and fascia and where your roof meets your house.
Yes.
And
you can touch it.
You can touch it, and it's got a little pump,
Yep.
and water comes down the shingles,
yep.
and then it hits whatever the product is, whether it's gutter guard or leaf filter.
Sure.
So the low tech version, if you're a gutter guy, is a whiteboard.
Hey, and they got a lead and sale from me.
Yeah, and the high tech version is maybe your manufacturer can help you with one of those like working displays.
Yeah.
But the point is, get out in the public.
Yeah, get out in the public. I mean, so these are home shows. I know a lot of, bigger companies offer things at Costco, Home Depot, etc. I mean, you see when you walk into some of those big brand stores, somebody offering to install gutters for you. That's probably tied back to a local business.
Yes.
Who has a partnership within that store.
I know we're calling this this part of the episode home shows.
Yes.
I want to expand the idea of that to anywhere humans gather. So again, I'm going to call back to the guy that taught us everything. He was a one-day bath company, expanded into 3 states.
Yeah.
If there was a place where living, breathing humans got together, he had a booth. We're talking beer and bourbon festivals.
Totally. I'm telling you, my local
art walks.
Right. Apple Scrapple.
It's
one of our favorites. Yeah.
If there's like a hog hollering contest, I don't know what part of the country you're in, a little county fair, and they perfected their field marketing game where they had a trailer, they had displays, they had giveaways, and if there was a place where people were going to gather, they would have a booth set up.
Yep. And a lot of these manufacturers offer home show scripting. I mean, So I'm telling you, the gutter guy, I've played this game. I know this industry. I just wanted something simple, homegrown. He looked nice, and we had a need, and he met it. But also know that,
So he got you as a lead, and he didn't get you off the internet.
He didn't get me off the internet.
Which is kind of the point of this whole
And he had no scripting or any material that we took back with us other than a business card. So
you called a phone number, and now your gutters are clean.
Yeah, I don't even know if he has a website. So anyways.
So, again, this whole episode, yes, I started by talking about we're being a little bit vulnerable. Yeah. We make our money by doing stuff on the internet, but what we are telling you is the internet alone cannot deliver every single lead you need. The internet and offline has to work together. So what's the next thing we're talking about?
I'm going to kind of combine some of these and marry them together. They are separate efforts, but we just talked about like home shows, being out at these local Apple Scrapples.
County fair, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Don't think if you don't have a booth ready to go and somebody who can man that booth just to grab phone numbers or email addresses, don't be scared to like, it's okay. Janet slammed her coffee cup on the table if you heard that.
Here, I'll do it again. There.
Hard statement. See what you can do to sponsor like your local, Little League. What can you do to sponsor maybe your local church's bazaar that they're doing to raise money? I mean, that does not require you to have...
To staff it.
Thank you, staff it. Said it a lot faster. It would get your logo out there. It would get your name. I mean, there's all different size sponsorships.
Like high school football.
I was just going to say that.
What are the things they hand you?
Like a program.
A program.
Yeah. I mean, basketball, like, could you be up, like, as a sponsor near the scoreboard? I mean, things like that just get your brand out there, and there's tons of opportunities in the local community. I mean, they're looking for sponsors. There are opportunities there. So,
absolutely.
And we've helped a lot of our clients identify those local opportunities. So I just married that along with, like, just getting out and about in the community, being involved. Another one that I want to talk about, and this blog post, and however we're going to follow up with this episode, there will be a more thorough list of opportunities too on there, but I did want to touch on networking and, just some canvassing. I think we can marry that kind of together maybe. When you think networking, it goes back to, are you out and about meeting, your local chamber of commerce? Are you out, connecting at, maybe one of those local community events like we talked about? You've got your business card. You're letting people know you've got a service, you need help. Real estate agents, I think, are another silent partner that offers. I mean, when we bought our home, we had to had to do a lot of work to your house. And our real estate agent had a painter he preferred. He had somebody who could help us with the windows he preferred.
Didn't you have to do something to your HVAC too?
Yes, all of it.
And you got all of that from your realtor?
From my realtor. I mean, we also had, local contacts and local friends that we trusted, but he straight up gave that to us when we bought the home. So connect with your local realtor. I mean, make that end. What can you give back to them? We have a lot of clients who will go to like the real estate agent and drop off lunch and do like a lunch and learn. That's all offline.
Yeah, that is offline. So in that instance, let's say, I don't know, let's pick somebody like window replacement.
Right.
If you were going to do a lunch and learn for a large real estate agency, you might come and prepare, just some basic information and some flyers and some handouts about what does it look like to replace windows. And if you can tie that back to increasing the sale value, then the seller agents, if they're struggling to get this house listed and get it sold, that might be something that, and even on the buyer side. So on the seller side, you might want to install the windows before you list the house. On the buyer side, as soon as they move in, they realize how drafty it is. Then again, that realtor can provide that lead to a buyer who is like, okay, I love this house, but I need to replace all the windows.
Absolutely. What can you offer and educate the community
about what you do?
About what you do. I mean, exactly. And then door-to-door marketing, canvassing. I mean, I feel like this is a whole nother, long, like along the list of home shows that comes and goes, died during the pandemic, is back now. You're out and about in the community, or in your, not, I keep saying community because we keep talking about the community, but you're out and about in a neighborhood you're working in. So you've got your yard sign out. Maybe you're going to drop a mailer around that neighborhood as well. You also may have somebody just knock on doors in that neighborhood.
Well, there is one of your Chicago client. Yes. He had a phrase for it. 3 up and 3 down or something?
Yep. 3 up and 3 down. And then if it's three houses on both sides and 3 down, or I guess, 3 in front and 3 from both sides.
So your crew is on a street. Yeah, that was painful. If your crew is on a street, you may not have a fully staffed, quote unquote, canvassing team that's going to get dropped off in a neighborhood and knock 200 doors. But what you could do is you could have your project manager implement the 3 up, 3 down.
Thank you.
3 doors to the left, 3 doors to the right, 3 to 4 doors across the street.
Yep.
And they either knock or they put a door hanger on there.
That's exactly right.
Like, hey, we're replacing the roof on your neighbor's house.
Just want to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Here's my business card.
Yep. Here's my business card. If you have an issue with our crew, with parking, let me know. If you want a free roof inspection, let me know.
Yep. Yeah.
That's like canvassing light.
I love it. Canvassing light, 3 up, 3 down. And then I think you guys also understand what that massive canvassing side of the business looks like, too.
That actually needs staff and management and oversight. And that's kind of outside of our wheelhouse.
Quote unquote, they're called brand ambassadors at many companies.
Yep.
But another big part, they're getting the brand out on the streets, celebrating who you are and what your business does. So I think we touched a lot of really important offline.
Yeah. I mean, just to kind of put a bow on this, we're going to turn this list with some links and some ideas into a blog post. So you can go to fatcatstrategies.com, check out our blog. Headline of the blog post is going to be something to do with offline ways to support your online marketing efforts.
Yep.
But, kind of close it out by saying, yes, we do a lot of really cool high-tech things on the internet, and I think we can all, ourselves included, fall into a trap of thinking every need can be solved with some really cool, trackable digital tactic.
Exactly.
And what we're saying is we've never seen it be successful. Where we see the most success with our clients is when there is a strong digital component to their marketing that is married with a strong offline component. And that offline component doesn't have to have every single thing that we talked about today.
No.
But we'll have to have at least 1 or 2 of them.
Exactly.
Online alone is unlikely to get you where you need to be.
Nope. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks again for listening to another episode of Digital Marketing for Contractors. If you'd like to get in touch with us, go to fatcatstrategies.com and either book a call, check out our blog, or check out some of our resources. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Digital Marketing for Contractors is created by Fat Cat Strategies. For more information, visit fatcatstrategies.com.